Hello, welcome to the Woolly Closet. My name is Gwen and I am coming to you from the Netherlands, where I live with my husband, my 12-year-old daughter and our two little budgies, whom you may hear in the background. Today is the 14th of May on Wednesday 2025, and this is episode 27 already. It's been a little while since I filmed. I think it's a month again. Is it? Yeah, just about. And let me tell you, I had no FOs for 2 episodes at least. Well, I had then 1. But today is finished objects Valhalla. Let me tell you. I have 4 finished objects. One I cannot really show you, but I did make some footage before I wrapped it. And the others I will tell you about right now. Okay, I am not wearing any knitted items today because it's warm here. A little bit chilly in the morning, so then I wear this store-bought sweater, which I really like. But it's not that hot, so it's perfect for right now. I am knitting a summer garment, but it's not done yet. But I'll talk about that later. Okay, finished objects. I'll start with this little guy. This is Professor Fungi from Sarah Shira or Imagined Landscapes. I have knitted it with Olivia and Oliver mini skeins from my advent a few years ago. And the red one is from Het Wool Based, also an advent. And the white is Leftover Drops Noord I had in my stash. So this is one again of my stash busts. And it has a little basket with a mushroom in it that my daughter painted a few years ago. I'll show you up close. So here he is. My contrast isn't too bright. Maybe I should have picked a different color for the contrast, but you can still see if you're up close a bit of this little toadstool guy. And I was right, I was guessing that the thing we were knitting was indeed a basket. Yeah, well, let me start. You knit all these tiny pieces at first, you don't know what they are, and then you assemble them. I have a cardboard circle in here and a cardboard circle in there. There are some pebbles at the bottom, so it can sit nice and firmly on any surface. I made a curly beard and a little nose. The nose was quite difficult actually. I was struggling a bit with it because it turned out more like a beak than a nose. So yeah, I had to do some needle stuffing, pushing, pulling on threads to try and make it a little bit more rounded. It's not worked quite as I wanted to, but it'll have to do. I also really like his little thingy on the top of the toadstool. So yeah, he now sits on my mantelpiece just for fun. And I really like him. So that was number 1. And the fun was you get each clue with a few days spaced apart, so you have time to knit a few pieces and then put it away. So it was perfect for my frazzled little brain to have some instant gratification. You know, you finish a part and you put it away, and then you get a few days later the next part, and then you knit on it too, and then put it away, and before you know it, you have one finished gnome. I really like knitting a gnome. I think there will be more in my future, but for now it's just the one. My other finished object is my Bergen sweater. I am not going to show it to you now, but I did shoot some footage, so I will first unfold it. It's big and wonderful and fluffy, but also heavy. Nice and warm. It's yarn I got sent by Edna. I am sort of their yarn ambassador. I don't get paid by them, but they do send me stuff and I get to try it out and give you a coupon code sometimes. They send me this one with the free pattern. You can download it from their website. And you hold the yarn double. It's Zwarte Varet socks. And it's knit on a 6mm US 10 and one size up. I forgot to write that down. But I was knitting this sweater and it really hurt my arm. My arm still hurts. I don't know why it still hurts, but we'll have to make do. I finished it at the beginning of the week. And it was Mother's Day this weekend. So I brought it. I think I'm all over the place, am I not? I'm sorry. I'm a little out of practice, I guess. I brought this sweater with me on Mother's Day to my mother. It didn't have a collar yet, and I told her you should try it on and see if you like it. And when she saw it and she tried it on, and her whole face lit up, and I thought, well, yes, this is perfect. I am going to finish this and then I'm going to gift it to her. So when I got home, I knit the collar, washed it, and Monday and Tuesday were really hot here, so I got to wash it and block it and in the sun, so it was dry instantly. Because of the thickness, it would have otherwise taken quite a long while to dry, but that sunny weather was just perfect. And now it's all done, and here is some footage of me wearing it. So yes, I think it looks really nice. It feels really nice too. I'm almost sad to see it go, but I know my mother will love it, and therefore she can have it. And I think she's going to give me some yarn in return, right, Mum? I can't wait to show you guys that yarn is also very pretty. And I will knit another sweater with it, but this one would probably be a lento for me. I don't know, we shall see. All right. Then I finished my brother's scarf. This was my waiting room project for a long time. It also took me quite a few months to knit it, but it was well worth it. It never got boring. You might think so because it's super long. As you can see, it's folded double now, and that this part might be boring, but when you're in a waiting room, it's just what your mind needs. It starts, come on, with a lovely color work, and it also ends with some lovely color work. And as you can see, it's now nicely blocked. It's like a one big sleeve. It's open at the bottom, but because it's blocked really nicely, you cannot really tell. And you knit this in the round. So there's no flat knitting here, no flat color work, just knit in the round on short, I used a short cable and short needles, but it wasn't short, you know, like socks. But yeah, you can hold it nicely. Of course, it's a little too big for me, but my brother is slightly bigger than I am. So I will take this one off, and then I will put it on. So. So as you can see, I can double wrap it around my neck. Oh my god, it's hot. My brother goes to his job on a little scooter in winter, summer, rain, shine, snow, it doesn't matter. So and he's always cold, and I think he's also got some joint problems. So yeah, this will do nicely for him to go to his work in a nice and toasty fashion when the wind is blowing in his face. So this will be his birthday gift. His birthday is on the 28th of June. So, well, it's in the middle of summer, but who cares? He will have a nice toasty scarf for next winter. I knit this with Drops Noord. They're all Drops Noord, all from my stash. All really old stash, but perfect nonetheless. On 325mm US 3 and 375mm US 5 needles. So I thought it was just perfect. And this is also a free pattern, so you can knit your own. I cast on a few more stitches, one repeat extra, because my yarn is thinner than the yarn it's supposed to be knitted in. I use the sport weight, and I think it's knit for, usually you knit it with DK weight. So therefore I added an extra repeat. So yeah, I'm gonna take it off now because I'm melting. I'm back. So, that was hot. Right, did I talk about everything? I think so. And then the other finished object I had was a Mysa hot water bottle cover by Anna Stevenson, or Yarn Moomin on Instagram. My daughter's principal and sometimes teacher decided it was time for a job change and suddenly left. We don't know if he got fired or if or if he had quit his job earlier, you know, with the 3-month period time. We don't know. So he suddenly left. So my daughter was a little upset about this, because he was one of the teachers that actually saw her and saw who she was and how she worked and knew her mind a bit. So she asked me, can you make him something so I can give it to him? I'm going to ask the new principal if he's coming back to say goodbye, because he had sent an email that he was going to say goodbye to the kids. Which is now confirmed. He will be back. We don't know yet when, but he will be back for an afternoon, I think, to say goodbye. So I knit him a hot water bottle cover. This was my plan anyways, to knit the persons that meant something to my daughter, their hot water bottle covers with a hot water bottle for her going off to the big school, because this is her last year on primary school. So I knit him the Mysa hot water bottle cover, but it's already wrapped. I don't have it here. It's right there on the table, all wrapped in. But I did shoot some footage of it before I did that, so here's the footage. I knitted it with leftover stash from Drops Nepal in 4 colors. So I did not write down what needle size I used, but I'm guessing it's a 4, but I will put it on the screen view anyway. Oh, by the way, everything I talk about will be linked down below to Revelry pages, so you can look things up yourself. But you already know that. So, all right, now let's talk some works in progress. Let me just get this big beast out of the way. Excuse me. Okay, my works in progress. I have seen to got one. Just hang on. All right. Yes, this one. This is a test knit I am doing. Well, the test is over and the pattern has been published on a Monday, so you can go and buy it. I think there's a promotional discount for the next few days, so if you want it at a discount price, go get it now. It's not very expensive, even if it's full priced. You might have seen it before. This is the Seine sweater by Marie Renier or Marie Tricot on Instagram. I will have linked the pattern in the description box below again. I am now, of course, mid-row somewhere. Right. Sorry about the sun. I might need to close the curtains. You knit a cabled yoke, as you can see here. I have knit mine with Holst Coast. And then you add stripes. I have knitted both the sleeves. And I am now working on the body until it's long enough. I am not sure I'm going to make it with just this little bit of skein here. But there will be a knit night soon and I can buy another skein at my local yarn store. But yes, I think it's lovely. It's very light and airy because of the Holst Coast, which is a woolen cotton blend. The sleeves do seem short, I know, but this tends to grow a bit when I block it, and I didn't want full length sleeves. I just wanted it bracelet length because it's intended for spring days, which are warm but not too hot, but you do need the extra length for the sleeves. Just, you know, no short sleeve sweaters for me. I don't really see the point in those. So the cable work at the yoke part, it does look difficult, but it's really not. It's very repetitive, and you will get the hang of it really quickly, and then it'll just zoom past. It's a lovely sweater to work on. I knit it in Holst Coast, like I said, in the colorway Dove, which is this one. And this neon yellow is Lang Yarns Yeah Wool. And it only has a color number, which I'm not sure of right now. But again, I will link it to the pattern page and you can find everything you need there. So I'll put this. It's living in my Blue House Rabbit, what is it? The Blue Rabbit House bag I bought a few years ago. I am knitting mostly on this in the evenings when we watch telly, so because it's stockinette and there are a lot of stitches on the needle. You knit this with a 3.5mm or US 3 needle all the way, the double knitted button, neckband, cuffs, hems, everything. It's just one needle. I am using a 3.25mm US 3. I think in the pattern it's slightly bigger needle, but I didn't get gauge with the bigger needle, so I needed to go down a bit, probably because of the Holst Coast, which is a floppy yarn. I don't really enjoy knitting with Holst Coast, but the end result is also just lovely, so that's why I chose that yarn, and I wasn't allowed to buy any new yarns. I am going to close the curtain for a second because I think this will be looking silly in the camera. Hang on. I think that will be better. All right, where was I? I keep being interrupted. Yes, I didn't want to start any big projects after finishing those two big things, you know, the scarf and the Bergen sweater. So I am all about small things. Because I got bored, I knitted this Fungi guy, and I really liked the small things. And when it was holiday, we went to my brother's and hung out with them, and my little 4-year-old niece saw me knitting on my northeasterly blanket, and she asked me, "Auntie, is that for me?" And I said, "No, it's not for you." And she said, "Oh, well, can you knit me a sweater then?" And I said, "Of course I can knit you a sweater. I want a red one." Well, I am knitting her a sweater, but it's not red. And I'm also going to knit her another sweater, but it will have red in it. So I'm hoping she will be pleased with not one, but 2 sweaters. Her projects are in my flower bag. It's by Hannah Rimmen. I knitted it a few years ago. This is all acrylic, leftover stash. What's it called? Flower bag? I can't remember. I'll put it in the screen also. It's a Hunzenstrik, which is a lovely form of color work from the Scandinavian. I don't know. I'm not up to date with where it's really from. But I love doing color work like that. I am knitting with the leftovers from the Bergen sweater. I have two more, well, these were 2 half balls and I have 2 whole balls. So I think I will just make it. It's a very low contrast. Of course, I forgot to put them on larger needles. Well, I might drop a stitch here and there, but that's okay. I am knitting the Flax Worsted by Tin Can Knits, also a free pattern, on 4mm US 6 and 5mm US 8. Again with the Zwarte Varet socks, but this time held single. And this was also gifted to me by Edna because they are the same leftovers as from the Bergen sweater. And it's really fast. I started it today's Wednesday, Monday evening I did the neckband, and then yesterday I did the yoke, and now I have split for sleeves already. I love it when a project zooms by. It's a very low contrast stripe sweater. I think on camera you just might be able to see those stripes really clearly. Yes, indeed you can. But in real life it's a bit muddled, but I think it looks really great. As you can see, I'm all about stripes at the moment. My Seine sweater is a 6/8 patterned stripe, and this one is a 4/6 stripe because I really like the scale of the Seine sweater, and this is exactly the same, but because this yarn is thicker I had to do some changing of the numbers. So yes, this will be a lovely little flex sweater for my my little niece. I am knitting the 4 to 6 year olds. She's now just 4 and she will be 5 in January. But I will automatically knit the sleeves just a bit longer and the bottom hem also just a bit longer so she can grow in them. She might be able to wear it as a dress at first with the cuffs rolled up, and then later she will grow into it and then it will be a lovely little sweater. Alright, the other sweater I will talk about in a bit because it's not cast on yet and it's one of my knitting plans, so that's for the next chapter. Really having fun with this. This is my go-to knit at the moment. When I'm done filming this, I am going to work on this again. Alright, the other work in progress I was working on was my, oh, you must be sick of it by now, but still can't really not show it because it's grown. My book blanket. I have reached a blanket width. It looks so silly right now, like a long thin scarf. I was reading the Plated Prisoner books. Those are 6. This is the 1st, 2nd and the 3rd. And the 4th, the 5th and the 6th are here. And I think it looks really cool with all the colors. So yeah, if you want to join me, please do use this hashtag. And you can join me on Fable. Oh, I was showing you the back. Sorry. On Fable or on Instagram if you like. There is no really a back or a front. No, I seem to have crocheted some of the squares back to front. Who cares anyway? There is no real back or front because I always turn my square around after every round so you don't get a skewed square, but perfectly square. Right, I am using as always my leftover stash acrylic yarns, which seem to be endless, but perfect for such a lovely granny square. You knit a granny square based on the cover of your book, like I explained before, and yeah, it will be a lovely blanket someday, maybe in a year or two. Who knows? All right. That was it for the finished objects and the works in progress. I only have a few plans, and then I do some knit and chat, which I probably won't knit because I can't seem to knit and chat at the same time. Try to, but then I always stop knitting. Anyway, after my Flax Worsted sweater for my niece, I am going to knit her a Arthur sweater by Johanna Garish. And I am going to knit it with these 3 yarns. This is some really old stash from Knit Crate, Vida Lana Aloft, which is merino wool, 48%, 20% baby alpaca and 32% organic cotton. It's a chain net yarn. I have 2 skeins of this, which should be just enough for the sweater. I think it's lovely. It's been waiting in my stash for years to see if I could find a decent project. I know it looks really peachy pink on screen, but it's actually more vibrant in real life, almost neon-y. And I'm going to knit the spots that you saw on the picture with drops kid silk and drops Nord, also from my stash. I know this kid silk is a little lighter, but it will lighten up the darker red from the drops Nord, and I think together this will look really good. Now, this is going to be a challenge for me because you knit the back of the sweater first, and there's a spot or 3 in there already, so I will have to knit the colorwork bit back and forth on the wrong side and the right side. So I'm not very good at that. I never tend to go for projects that are worked flat in colorwork. I use my knitting thimble for colorwork, and when you knit colorwork flat, I think I will have to knit with yarn in 2 hands, but I did practice it a little bit with this one because it has 3 colors in one row. So I just thought it's just 3 spots, it's not very difficult, I should just give it a try, and we will see how it goes. I will keep you posted, but I think this will be lovely and amazing, and this is just the softest yarn ever. Yeah, I think she will love it. This needs a little more care than the flax sweater. The flax sweater you can just toss in the washing machine, no problems. I blocked my Bergen sweater also in the washing machine. Washed it in the washing machine, and then spin cycle really high, 1600 rounds a minute, second. I don't know, fast. But this one, I think I will hand wash it. And then probably on a wool cycle you can get away with it, but don't do the extra spin cycle like I did with the Bergen sweater. But we will see. It has cotton in it and it's chain net, so the structure should be fine. This is a super wash, and this is also strong, so I think it will be fine in the washing machine. But the first wash I'll just do it by hand. So that's the Arthur Sweater Junior. My other plans, well, my arm still hurts, so I haven't worked on my Astrid pillow. It's just still this one side that's left. I have to do the back piece, which will also be like this one, because I don't really want a back or a front, and I have to add the zipper. But I'm really itching to get back to this. It's lovely and fun and quick, so I think I will pick that up when the flax is done, or when I'm further along on the Seine sweater. And my other plan is then to knit this kit I got sent by Edna with the Bergen sweater. It's the what's it called? The Teddy the Pig sweater. Teddy the Pig. It's a stuffy. I like to knit small things, like I said, like the fun mushroom guy and the Henrietta hen. She needs a little friend, so pigs and chickens go perfect together. So yeah, everything I need is in this kit. I think you can still buy it on the Edna website, but there is no discount anymore. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think it's a really cute little pig. I'll show it a bit up close. So this is what it looks like. I know I talked about it before, so yeah, this will be fun. I think it will also be a quick project. So I either finish the flax and then do the pig. I don't know. All right, so this is it for all the knitting content. I am going to do some talking about our little holiday and just life stuff really. So if you're not here for that, I will see you next time. And if you are here for also the end part, then you're very welcome. We had a 2-week holiday and we made the most of it. The weather was wonderful and we did fun stuff. And when we moved into this house, my daughter was 1.5 years old and she's now 12. But we never did anything to her room. She didn't want us to. I guess it's an ADHD thing to not want too much change in your life. So she wanted her room just to stay the same as it was. But now she's going into puberty. God, let me tell you. She's going into puberty. She's 12 years old now. And she didn't want her IKEA pink flower lamp and her green bug lamp, you know, the ones you buy for really small kids anymore. And she had a lilac wall and a very pale green wall, and she wanted to be a big girl's room. So she wanted a mirror and she wanted lights and all the lights, bright lights and beautiful lights. And well, I said, okay, we'll go and buy some paint and we'll go back to IKEA and then we will get you some new light fixtures. So yeah, we did go back to IKEA. I'm not really an IKEA fan anymore because I want more unique stuff, you know, that not everybody has in their house. She says, sitting on her IKEA chair, and her microphone is propped up on her IKEA stool. Anyway, but we got her some nice lights and we got her some paint, and then we did her, well, my husband did, he painted the rooms, and it was all done in one day actually. In the morning he painted everything, and then we went to IKEA and got everything installed, and now it's absolutely perfect. We do plan to have a little, I have this tree made out of fairy lights we can hang on her wall above her bed, above her head. So that's still in the works, but we have to have a day off to do that, and it's just been busy. So it's not there yet, but I don't think she minds. I did make a little video of it, and here it is. So she's really happy with it. Before you ask, that wall hanging I made myself. It's the Frida blanket from Janie Crow. It's from way back, years ago. I will have linked the pattern down below. I bought the kit when it was a crochet along back in the day. And then I sewed a backing to it to keep the hexagons fairly straight. And the branch it hangs on we found in the Beach Boss in 2020 when it was COVID and we were on our daily walkabout. Excuse me, I keep having to cough. Small cold here. Okay, so that was her room. She was really happy with it. And then I think, was it King's Day first? Yes, it was King's Day first. And it was really hot and lovely weather. So we went to the city where all the celebrations were. On Sundays we usually go out and have lunch at a cafe slash, what do you call that in English? Lovely bar. Anyway, our favorite spot. So we sat there, we found a spot to sit. We were very lucky because it was very crowded. And we saw the last bit of a performance of Nielsen, which is a Dutch musician, artist, and he played on the square where this cafe is. So we saw that, and we had lunch there, and we had a nice chat with people sat down next to us. They were from England, two men, and we had a little chat with them because I couldn't make out their accent, but it was English. And they actually live where we are going on our holiday, so we had a chat about all the things you are able to do in that area. So that was really lovely. And then we got home, and then a few days later, we went to my daughter's very first real live concert. It was in Amsterdam in the Ziggo Dome. Do not recommend. It's very crowded, very busy, and it was a long walk from the parking garage where we had parked our car. The website of the venue had sent us there. That would be the greatest parking garage, blah blah blah. But you had to walk really far to get to the Ziggo Dome, and it was really hot, and we were already tired. Well, we got to the concert. We sat at the second ring of the venue, which is very high up. And I am not afraid of heights, but there, oh my. When I looked at the ceiling, everything just started. I got so dizzy. It's a bit scary. And it's very steep also, so you can see everything down there. There were just small, little, tiny people walking there. So, but when the concert started, it was really wonderful. I do have some footage. I don't know about the sound quality, but I'll add in some stuff here if you like to see, and you can see how big it is.
I can't imagine how it is to be forbidden from loving. Cause when you walked into my life, I could feel my life begin, like I was torn apart.
So yeah, we also did that, and we were very late home because we had to drive back from Amsterdam to Dordrecht, which is about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. I know if you're in the States that's not far at all, but we were back like 12 at night, I think so. So very late for my daughter and for me. But yeah, it was really lovely. So that's what we did. Of course, we went out to dinner some more. Spent some time with friends. All in all, it just was a lovely holiday, and we really made the most of it. So now it's back to the grind, I guess. Weekends coming up. But yeah, we have. I'm looking at my calendar; it's hanging right there. There are a lot of fun days coming now because the sun's out and festivals are being organized, and we plan to take my daughter everywhere. So. And it's also been the 1-year anniversary of our little budgie Beertje, little bear. He flew away a year ago and was gone for 4 days, and we really thought we'd lost him. But someone found him at the other end of the island of Dordrecht, and we nursed him back to health, and he's back to his old little self. And if you like some footage, I have stuck some at the end of this video for you, because I know there are people out there who really care for him and his little friend Flitz. So I guess that's it for today. It's probably a bit long one. It's a bit all over the place. It's a bit chatty, but I'm glad I got you caught up with my plans. No spinning, no blanket knitting. I will do that again, I'm sure, but for now I'm just happy with my little tiny projects, and I hope you have some fun to knit on in the warmer days. And go check out that Seine sweater, it's really worth it. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.